Hello everyone and welcome to Magical Me. I'm Jamie Mendez and this is my weekly Moon Day Oracle reading. This is going to be a reading or message of insight and awareness for the energy of the week. So this week is, or the reading is going to be for the week of April 3rd, 2023. And the way that they work is through utilizing my own intuitive abilities along with oracle cards to really ask for the highest insight of what we all most need to know as a collective. So these aren't individual readings or personal readings that I'm doing here for everyone. That's more of a generalized overview for all of us as one. The way that the readings work is that I do set the intention that all those who are meant to receive these readings or messages from me, they find themselves here in divine timing. So that means it doesn't matter if you're watching it live or even on the replay months from now. Whenever you find yourself here watching is when this message is going to be most impactful or resonate most with you in your life. All right. So before I get into anything else, just want to make sure that everyone can hear me okay. Hi, Dawn. Hi, Robin. Happy Moon Day, loves. If you can, just let me know how the quality of sound is on your end. And I hope that you are having a wonderful start to your week. Perfect. Thank you so much, Dawn. I appreciate that. All right. So the way that the readings work is I do try to go live every Monday, although it isn't always on Mondays. I will always announce if I'm going to have to reschedule, because again, I'm kind of just divine timing is when I really always try to do these readings. It's when they are meant to come through. But with that said, I do offer personal readings. If those of you who are interested in booking a one-on-one session or reading with me, I also offer energy healing sessions, both in person as well as remotely. So if you're interested, you could always send me a message. Take a look at my website, www.magicalme.com, magical with a CK. And you can always check out my services there. Also over at my sister business, Oracles of the Light, www.oraclesofthelight.com. We're also on Instagram and Facebook, so check them out. Hey, Maria, welcome, gorgeous, and happy Moon Day. Thank you so much for popping in. So with that said, I also have people have asked in the past about sending me donations. It's not something that I actually, readily put out there or anything like that, but I'm always open to receiving the divine love, the blessings that all of you wish to send my way in support of the work that I do for these readings. So there is a link for my PayPal linked, should be linked into the video somehow. I'm not sure how it looks on your end, but I can see it here on my end. Hi, Laura. Welcome, gorgeous. Thanks for being here. Also, it helps me greatly if you all, if you like what I'm doing here, just give me a thumbs up. Make sure you like the video. Share the video if you want. But yeah, you can also go over to my YouTube channel and subscribe there, as I do post the videos there as well. I know some people prefer YouTube to Facebook or vice versa. So whatever you like, it's there. So thank you all for that. And always thank you for your support of tuning in live or on the replay. Thank you so much for being here with me. All right, so news and announcements really quickly. So Oracles of the Light, my sister Karen and I have a monthly paid membership group called the Cosmic Oracle. And it launched already, but it's still registration open until the 5th. And then we'll be closing it down for the month. So for $33 for the month, so it's not automatically renewed. It's something that you choose to join every month or not. So $33 for the month, we have this Cosmic Oracle group, which is a private group hosted here on Facebook. And every single day you will receive a divine message of insight for the energy of the day. So an oracle message that's posted by either myself or Karen. So that is for the entire group, and it's posted daily. So it's always there when you wake up in the morning. And that will be a message every day for the energy of the day, what you need to know, and throughout, again, the entire month. So 30 days of readings, or however many days are in the month. 30 for this month, I guess, right? And also we do energy forecasts for the astrology, stargates, or cosmic alignments that are happening that are most important for us to know. And we do those from an oracular perspective, utilizing oracle cards, bringing forth insight as to how those alignments are going to really impact us as a collective. Then to go along with that, we have sound healing sessions that come forward, or sound clips, audio clips for you to listen to that really help to sync us with whatever energetic alignments are going on. And Karen brings those in. She is a sound therapist. So she does work with different cosmic soundscapes and planetary sound pipes, the solfeggio frequencies, the harmonic spectrum. So she has an array of beautiful and orchestration of sound that she puts together for us, depending upon what comes forward all month long in those energy forecasts that I do. So if you're interested in that, again, registration is still open until the 5th. It's $33 to join for the month. The event has been created on my page and on Oracles of the Light. And if you would like to, if you can't find it, just send me a message and I'll help get you what you need to join in. Hello, Gloria. Welcome, and thank you so much for being here. And I think that's pretty much it that I have to announce at this time. My new moon readings are still going on. It was the new moon in Aries. We are going to be coming on the full moon, but those new moon to new, the readings work from new moon to new moon. So they give you the information from the entirety of that moon's cycle, what you're meant to work with. Interestingly, it was a new moon in Aries, and we have another new moon in Aries coming on the 20th of this month, which will be at the same time a partial solar eclipse. So that new moon to that new moon is quite powerful. So if you're interested in that new moon reading with me, you can send me a message and I'll get you more details. It is $55. It is a pre-recorded reading, and it gives you insight into the energy of that 1 month span between those two new moons, and really what is being facilitated for you within that. Okay. Hi, Heather. Welcome, Goddess. Thanks for being here. So happy you all could make it. How is everyone? How are you all feeling? Try not to burn myself here. But, all right. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and get into it, do the reading really quickly. Before we do, though, I like to create sacred space together. Karen, welcome. Oh my goodness, you made it live. I know you're always trying to and never get to. So happy you made it. Thanks for being here. Oh, that's wonderful. I know. Happy birthday, Laura. I hope you saw that I wished you a happy birthday as well. I hope it was beautiful and a great day. Jessica, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so happy I can make it. All right. So with that said, let's go ahead and create sacred space before I do the reading. So what that means is that whenever you do any sort of energy work or intuitive work, it's a really wonderful idea to kind of lock your space down energetically, just to make sure that you are in a clear space. Now, since we are sharing space together across space and time here, sharing energy together, I should say, across space and time, I do invite you all to connect into this and just create that sacred space within you. This is also a really beautiful grounding technique that you can do throughout the day to really bring yourself back into the present moment, into the here and now, which really helps to stabilize your energy, helps to take you out of fight or flight, any anxiety that you might be experiencing, overwhelm or mental stress. Also, we cause ourselves a whole lot of grief by focusing on the future, focusing on the past. So it really helps us always to bring in that all we have is now. It's only the eternal now. So this is a beautiful technique to use every day. So if you can, just take a moment to safely detach from your surroundings. Obviously, be mindful wherever you are. You might not be able to do that. But how we're going to do this is just take a second to close your eyes if you can. And just take a nice deep breath in through your nose. Just allow that sound to just fill your entire being. Feel it moving throughout your own energy field. And just release your breath. And as you release your breath, focus on releasing all of the thoughts, all of the stress, the worries for the day. Just releasing it all. Once again, take a nice deep breath in. And release. We got some sound frequencies coming in from my fur baby in the background there. Just release all tension in your body, allowing your body to soften. Allow your jaw to soften. Again, you're going to take another deep breath in. And as you release, just feel yourself melting into the ground or into your chair or into the earth beneath you. You can place your hand upon your heart as we just allow our minds to drop down into our heart space. Just connecting with this moment, feeling into your heart. Into the present moment, and you can open your eyes. Big difference that makes to maybe what you were feeling a few minutes ago. Hi, Sue. Welcome, gorgeous. Thank you so much for being here. Let's see if I missed anybody else. Yvonne, welcome, gorgeous. Thank you for being here as well. All right, so this week, we have a big energy week, everybody, and this is stuff that I talk about in the Cosmic Oracle, and I bring through specific information about what it's really going to impact for us, how we can work with the, what is facilitating with us. So this week we have tomorrow the 4/4 energy portal. It's an energy gateway with the numerology of it. And we talk all about, what that means, how that's how we can work with that energy. And then on the 5th or the 6th, depending upon where you're at in the world, is where it will actually be a full moon in the sign of Libra, the scales of balance and bringing things into union. So it's going to be quite a big week. It's a really big month. It's a little quieter than March, but that solar eclipse is going to do some stuff. So, all eclipses do. But with that said, I decided to work with the Queen of the Moon Oracle this week by Stacey DeMarco. Hi, Annie. So happy to see you here. Glad you made it, my love. Thank you. All right, so let's go ahead and see what comes forward for us all this week. All right, so what guidance and insight comes forward for the collective's highest good for this week of April 3rd, 2023, and what we all most need to know. Ooh, all right. So the card that we have is the number 13 numerically. Oh my God, there's 13. I just see 13 people tuning in at this time too, so that's not a coincidence. 13 actually breaks down numerology-wise to be a number 4. You just heard me talk about the 4/4 gateway. 4 is the number of stability, foundation. It's anchoring, grounding. It's also about direction. Hi, Laura. Welcome, my love. Thanks for being here. I just pulled the card. Perfect timing. So it is about stability. It's about what is being anchored or the new foundations that are actually being built, our direction. And we've been talking about, those of you who were in the Cosmic Oracle last month, that we've been talking about like quantum leaping. We're moving into new directions, releasing old karmic cycles and patterns, attachments, etc. So this is really helping to bring us up in, March was huge astrologically. It really was. We had some stuff that's, most people won't see in their lifetimes happen with, between Pluto moving into Aquarius, and we've had Saturn that entered into Pisces. So big stuff that really is all amplifying our shift, our glow up, leveling up, and big time upgrades here for us all. So we're really moving into new directions. So that 13 also, though, I have to acknowledge it because it is a very, it's gotten a huge taboo about being bad luck, but that is false programming and teachings. 13 is actually it's ancient, connected to feminine mysteries and the sacred feminine, very much about embodying the feminine energies within us, the mystic birthing, the cosmic creation, all of that. So that really plays 13 on itself, plays in Yeah, 13 minutes ago. Wow, Laura, thank you for that. Look at you. So you can't make that up. So I have to acknowledge that. Mary Magdalene herself has also, within the last few years, been named by the Pope as the apostle to the apostles, as the 13th apostle, as a teacher, follower of the way of love. And so it kind of speaks volumes as to what 13 really does represent. She herself was, again, a teacher of the sacred feminine mysteries, and that has nothing to do with women per se, as much as it has to do with all of the feminine, all of us embodying that feminine wisdom and power within us, as it is important for us to be not only doing, but receiving, allowing ourselves to be in that stillness, in that receptivity, so that we can create the magic to carry it forward and allow our masculine energies to carry that forward in that balance energy. There's an 11, which does represent balance to me, and higher adjustments or alignments coming in. But we have the full moon in Libra this week as well. Libra to me is always about divine union and unity and bringing oneness into anything that's out of balance. So very much our feminine coming into that divine alignment. Feminine is that nurturing, that creation. It's the spark of creation, where then again we take our masculine energy, takes what is birthed and carries it forward and then puts action into it. So we need those working in union, if you will, there. So for being the stabilizing energy of what is coming into the physical manifest. So from the union of our inner masculine feminine does this new pathway, these new directions are given birth and anchored into the physical reality, okay? So with that said, the card is the Waxing Gibbous 4, and it says a 4 again, and it says will. So it's all about our will. However, free will. We are all, as humans, gifted free will. We have been given that, right to choose. That's why a lot of people will say, well, why does these bad things happen? How can there, if there's a divine, if there's a creator, et cetera, how could these bad things keep happening? And it's because we chose as humans we chose as souls to have a human experience on earth. And with that came free will, the right to choose. We have the right to choose our paths. We have the right to create our paths. That doesn't always mean that we choose what is in alignment with the divine's will for us, but based on those choices, we then either have to continue to repeat patterns and cycles until our soul evolves and learns those lessons, or we get to ascend and level up based upon moving our free will into alignment with the divine's will. And that's exactly what I'm getting with this message this week. Really drawn to the phases of the moon and how she's standing smack in the middle there really does make me feel like this full moon in Libra is going to be really amplifying us moving. It's almost like I'm seeing the two timelines that were existing, the timeline of karmic choices, and it doesn't necessarily mean bad things when I speak of karma, because karma is neither good nor bad. It's based on our choices, right? However, the old storylines that we've had to play out in the old timeline were based upon free will. And those free wills sometimes came with karmic repercussions that we had to move through, that we had to experience, that we had to overcome and learn how to move ourselves into alignment with our divine will. And that you can, the divine's will, meaning the divine creation of all, which is in alignment with divine love, but also with your divine plan. What is in alignment with your soul's truth, your soul's plan. So this week, the message that I'm getting here is to really connect into what is coming up for you, what in your life is being asked, where are those scales being balanced or needing to be balanced, what is outdated and weighted. And when you see the karmic scales, they're oftentimes depicted with a heart and a feather. And it's like, weighing our heart or anything, any choice, any decision, any action, any situations even in our lives, weighing them against the feather representing the divine. And it's like our hearts having, are meant to actually be in alignment with the same lightness as the feather, if you will. It's like the law of Mat, the Egyptian goddess Mat, who actually holds those karmic scales. And that law of Mat is essentially about that. It's about following your heart's desire. And at the end of the this journey, how heavy is your heart? Our hearts are heavy when we have lived in trauma, when we have lived in accordance with someone else's will, when we have had, experiences that we've repressed ourselves, or have been repressed, or experienced things that have kept us in pain, in suffering, in anger. And here's something that I want to say. It actually came to me this week. Take this if it resonates, throw it out if it doesn't. My feelings, my perspectives are not for everyone, and that's quite all right. And that's the beauty of free will, is that we have that freedom and choice, right? But the thing about suffering is that no one can make us suffer. And I know that can really be touchy and triggering for some people, because it definitely would trigger me as well before, I've gone through my own experiences. But no one can make us suffer. Suffering is a choice. And absolutely, we are meant to experience pain and, difficult emotions like anger, etc. But we're not meant to stay there. To stay there is to choose to suffer. And so while we might be victimized by certain people, by certain experiences that have harmed us or hurt us in some way, we do not have to choose to be a victim. We can instead choose to be a warrior, to overcome and transcend that suffering and that pain and move through circumstances. So that allows our heart to become light as a feather, that we do not hold that anger, that pain, that wounding. We use those experiences though, and I think this is important because Chiron, the wounded healer, the asteroid in the sky, or in the cosmos, is actually in alignment right now with a lot of these big planetary things that are happening in Aries. And so Aries being that new moon energy, new moon to new moon, it's also going to be in the eclipse this month, is really showing us where we're being guided to break through, break free. Chiron is also represented by a key in astrology. And because it is the key, as is all pain, as is all trauma, as is all experiences, the key to your ascension, the key to your healing. The key to your healing is the pain. The key to your ascension is through the pain and the healing and the overcoming it, however that works for you, as we all have our own individual experiences, and how we have those experiences are going to be unique to us as to how we overcome those. But you have the will to choose. Okay, so there we go again with the will. You have the free will to choose your experience, to choose to transcend or stay where you are. That's going to be up to you. So again, I'm feeling like I'm seeing those old timelines being merged with, there's the 11 again. I never think there's never coincidence with the numbers ever. So, it's merging us to push through this portal, especially with tomorrow being 4/4, into this full moon gateway with Libra, bringing us into that divine law of Mat, bringing our free will choices, merging into alignment with our divine will. And that brings us lightness of heart, which then allows us to use our will to follow our divine plan, because our hearts have been set free and clear from all of those things that were keeping us in those karmic cycles of learning. And we can now begin to rise and move into new pathways, into new experience. And that doesn't mean that they'll be without challenge. Our souls have signed up for 1,000,001, I'm sure, throughout time, throughout their incarnation or incarnations of our soul. But those experiences, with Chiron being the wounded healer, those experiences become our fuel to our purpose. They become our reason for rising. They become what we can use to heal and help others. So your experiences all served divine, beautiful purposes. No matter how difficult they were, how painful they were, these experiences we signed up for. We signed up to learn. And whether your soul signed up for that or you just chose it in one of your free will existences, those karmic cycles led to that, led there. But you also are now have the beauty to rise beyond that. And that is mastery. That is beautiful. And that is how you become the wounded healer. And that is how you free yourself and rise into the divinity and the divine love that you are, that you always have been. So this week we're having those epiphanies, those revelations, those opportunities, and those experiences to break free, to liberate ourselves, to claim some keys of ascension and healing and rise. All right, everybody. That is our message for the week. It's quite a big one, beautiful one, not an easy one to embrace. And don't expect that just because this week is what is, the theme of it. I do feel like we're really going to be working through this throughout the month because of all of the big alignments happening. But once you have the awareness of what's coming up, what it was meant to teach you, and this part of it, that is, the whole law of Maat, if you will, and bringing your heart into that space of your divine will versus the will of what has been programmed or created for you. Know that your free will choices are creating your path and direction forward. You're anchoring in the reality of your new life, of new earth. New earth is not a new planet. It is a new consciousness for each and every single one of us. We step into new earth when we embody our own new earth. If that makes sense. All right. So very, very powerful message to come forward for us. And once you have that awareness, it clicks, easier to access the new gateway. Make sense? 5:33. Look at that magical confirmation right there. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being here with me. And those of you watching on the replay, thanks again. Don't forget to give this reading a like, share if you choose. Also, the donation link is there for anybody who chooses. So much love and appreciation to you all. Have a blessed and beautiful week. Take care.